Hi, I'm still here at the thenetworkone workshop. We've been here all morning. We've just had lunch and I've managed to grab Klaus Paulsen, who's done the presentation for us this morning. Klaus, fantastic presentation. I think people really enjoyed it. You had the audience captivated for 3 hours, which is a good going. Tell us a little bit about what you were talking about, and tell us a little bit about where you're coming from as a business.
Well, what we're talking about today is very deeply rooted within our business. So we're basically an integrated storytelling and design studio, working in that borderland of story and experience and theming. So obviously people think about theme parks as one thing, but it's much more than that. Also we're really working now in terms of nonlinear and digital and new kinds of storytelling. So actually some of the models that we talked about today is rooted within our own work. So today we got together and talked about these new kinds of new narrative dimensions and the importance they have and how we see them unfold. The thing is, we can talk about nonlinear storytelling, whether or not an audience involvement in storytelling, whether or not it happen. But the thing is, it's already happening. And certainly in terms of social media and many other things, but also in terms of brands not wanting to tell their story, might actually not be enough, but that people experience that story so people can take it to heart and let it become their own story. So we're working with that today, different kinds of ways of putting stories into a module so you can actually work with them as something interactive, but also taking into consideration that the audience is changing, not just observers. Sometimes they might even be co-creators, and so what does that mean? So I think we had a good group, and I think we had a lot of good trials of seeing what actually happens to a story once you start adding these different dimensions to it.
Because it's a slightly different way of thinking, especially if you come up, like you and myself, in the agency world, and so there's a traditional narrative which says you have to push a story out like this because that's where the brand wants you to be, and you don't want people to interact with it because it gets out of control. And what you're saying is a little bit different in many ways when we're talking about interactive storytelling.
Absolutely. So you can take like traditional storytelling models and see how we change that. So if we're talking about experiential storytelling, we actually want people to walk through the story. And one thing is we want to push the story, but now I think we need to change. Like the audience is the hero, and what happens if they don't go through your story in a linear pattern, and how do you break that down and change it? And certainly also now, as we see stories being pushed through, so many people are talking about storytelling, and of course the audience has become numb, and so you need to be strong in how you create that emotional connection. And one way is to create the story world that will let the audience and people themselves tell the story in the right way about the brand.
It's been a great morning. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.